Hey class, this is Miss Yates coming at you with a quick lesson over X factors. This is a lesson to help you get used to the fact of factoring so that we can get into factoring binomials, trinomials, and polynomials, which is going to come next week. Okay, so X factors, what is an X factor? An X factor is where you draw an X and you're going to come up with two separate factors. These two factors multiplied together will give you the addict, because I will explain the A, B, and C later next week, but you're going to have A and C multiplied to give you the addict. The addict's always on top of a house and the basement's on bottom. So you're going to take this factor and this factor and you're going to add them together, get the basement. You're going to multiply them together to get the addict. Remember, addict on top, basement on bottom. So multiply to get the addict number. You're going to add to get the basement number. Now be careful, I am going to caution you, make sure you're watching your signs because there's going to be some negatives in here and you really have to focus on those negatives. So let's do some examples real quick. If you have an example, what you're going to do is you're going to get a packet, I think it's 6 different worksheets for the X factor. And what I want you to do is I want you to run through and fill in the blank areas of the X factor. So let's go with the first one. If they give you an X factor with a 2 and a 7, okay? Now remember, I don't know where my pink pen is. You also have to use red. Now remember, I said that these two factors multiplied together to give you the addict number. Well, 2 times 7 is 14. Now they add together to give you the basement. So 2 plus 7 is 9. Pretty easy. So that's what you're going to do on the first one. All right. Let's look at another one. So if you have an X factor like this and they give you the numbers of 4 and 10. Once again, these two numbers multiplied together give you this number, but they add together to give you the basement number. Well, what number do you add to 4 to make 10? 6. 4 plus 6 is 10. So then you say 4 times 6 is 24. You just kind of use the given information that you have to figure it out, okay? Let's do another one. What if they give you 49 and 7? All right. Well, I have to figure out this factor. Well, this number times what number equals 49? My option is 7. And then to get the basement number, you add them. 7 plus 7 is 14. Okay, so that's a pretty easy concept right there. But what happens when they give me the addict number, let's say 36, and the basement number 15? How do I solve this? Well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a T-chart of all my factors, multiply together, all the numbers multiply together to make 36. Well, you have 1 and 36, okay? 2 and 18. And let me show you how you can do this on the calculator. What you would do is you would say 36 divided by 2, 2 and 18. 36 divided by 3, 3 and 12. 36 divided by 4, 4 and 9. 36 divided by 5. Well, that's a decimal number, so we can't use that one. We're going to keep going. 36 divided by 6, 6 and 6. All right? And you can keep going. 36 divided by 7, not a factor. 36 divided by 8, not a factor. You have to have whole numbers. Now, they can be negative numbers, but you have to have whole numbers. All right, so now I know that these are all the factors that multiply with each other to make 36. But which of these add to make 15? Well, 1 plus 36 is 37, so this one doesn't work. 2 plus 18 is 20. That one doesn't work. 3 plus 12. I like this one because that one equals 15, but let's continue. 4 plus 9, that doesn't work. And 6 plus 6, that one doesn't work. So then my factors I fill in are 3 and 12. And that's really all that I'm asking you to do. Now I did say I want you to watch your signs, so I do believe it is the back 2 pages. You could have something like this. One second, let me get a good example. You could have one that looks like this. -10, -6. Well, negative 10 times negative 6 is 60 because a negative times a negative is a positive. But negative 6 is negative 10 plus negative 6 is a negative 16. So these, I should have done them in red, sorry, those would be your two answers. That one's pretty easy. But it gets tricky when they give you, let me flip this over to a new example here. If they give you 18 and negative 9. All right, 18 and negative 9. So let's try to figure this one out. Well, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to do a T-chart. I'm going to do a T-chart so that I can see exactly what all my factors are. All right, so here we go. Now remember, we want them to multiply to the addic. So I'm always going to start with my addic number. 1 and 18. We can use the calculator again. Most of y'all can do this in your head, I understand. But if you want to use a calculator, feel free. 2 and 9. 3 and 6. Sorry, I didn't know I was at the bottom of your screen. Let's go 18 divided by 4. No. 18 divided by 5. No. 18 divided by 6. 3. Well, I already have 3 and 6, so it's a repeat, so I'm done. Now I have to figure out if I add them together, what would make 18 or negative 9. 1 plus 18 is 19. That one doesn't work. 2 plus 9 is 11. That doesn't work. 3 plus 6 is 9. That doesn't work. But I like this one because it adds